name is Robert Brown, and today I'm here to give you a speech on credit and why it's important. During your time in adulthood, next to money, credit is probably one of the most important things you need to take accountability for. Why? Because it increases your purchasing power. If you don't have any money but you have good credit, companies are more willing to invest or take that risk on you based on your payment history, because that's what credit is. Credit is pretty much a history of how do you pay the things that you owe when you owe them and on time. So when you think about things like that, that take in consideration with houses, cars, and sometimes even jobs. Now, there are 3 credit bureaus, and sometimes your credit score might not be the same through all of them because they have different rubrics that they go by. So depending on what that company looks at, depends on how your credit score might look to them. So there's other ways to check your credit score as well, though. There's apps, as well as sometimes nowadays, even when you go do your taxes, they're checking your credit for you and they'll send you alerts, such as TurboTax, and there's also apps out there that's for free, such as Credit Karma, that you can download on your phone. Now, other ways that you can, let's say you have bad credit, there's ways to fix that. And one of the biggest things, cut down on spending. You cut down on spending, that shows that you're keeping more money than you're spending out, so that way you can reduce your debt and the things that you owe. Also, banks offer something called a secure credit card. Now, a secure credit card is something where you're paying on your own money to develop your credit. Because once again, credit is the history of payments that you made on things you owe. So you're more inclined to pay your own money back, pay yourself back, before you're able to pay somebody else back. So that just shows companies and banks that, okay, if he's willing to make this sacrifice with his own money, we can invest some money behind him. So you want to take things like that into consideration. But in conclusion, we all wanted the American dream. In order to do that, you have to have everything in order. You can't have the money and bad credit. You gotta have the good credit. You need to take account for it. So thank y'all. God bless.
Thank you.
Let me see.